When you look at conservative Christian evangelicalism theologically, there is this idea of saved and unsaved. And when you have this binary, you have this idea of who is in and who is out. Could talk about how Christian theology and the figure of Christ should have been advocating for the very people that ICE is targeting. But the way this theology and this mindset of who's in the group and who's out of the group specifically had major implications in the United States. Early to mid 19th century, when debates about abolition and slavery were happening, different denominations of evangelicalism were completely breaking apart. Methodist, Baptist, Presbyterians, they were all splitting over the issue of slavery. And specifically, the debates were if these folks counted as Christians or not, and therefore whether the protection of God's grace and this like neighborly love or whatever applied to these folks. Well, this is obviously like a horrific and racist debate. It was one that did not only shape the denominations of these churches, but the legal structures in the United States, which ended up pushing towards abolition. So, this mindset of who gets God's grace and who doesn't, very similar rationalization that I feel like we're seeing now, where they'll be so strong about being this good Christian nation, but who that Christianity extends to has limits. And historically in the United States, that line of who's in the group and is out of the group is usually along racial, class, and gendered lines.